All right, so come on into a comfortable seated position. I love to give myself some extra support to sort of start off gently and easy on my hips and my knees and my ankles. So I'm up on a block. You're welcome to sit in Virasana or cross-legged or anything that feels good to you. And then place your hands down anywhere that's comfortable, on your legs, on the ground, and close your eyes. Once you've got your eyes closed, start to really notice and connect to your breathing. Coming into Ujjayi breathing. So you've got that ocean sounding breath. You can hear your breath in through your ears. With your next inhale, feel your chest expand as your lung tissue fills up, and feeling your breath kind of envelop and massage into your heart. So I actually mean like this is physically happening in your body, like feeling the lungs touching up to the heart. And then sensing your pulse, the beating of your heart in your chest. Every inhale, your breath travels up from your pelvis, through your belly, through your ribs, expanding the lungs and touching up to your heart. And then on exhale, I find on my exhales, I can really feel that pulsing of the heart muscle, the contracting and releasing. And especially using this intent tonight of just working with inhaling and feeling your lungs and your heart press together, and then exhaling and sensing your pulse as a way to send warmth, like from your heart out to your your brain, your arms, your hands, your feet. So especially if you've been out in the cold all day, anything like that, really feeling for this practice as a time to like renew and get your blood flushing back into any parts of you that have been cold or shut down. And that's what we'll work with. So I'll keep reminding you through the practice. The pranayama is Kapalabhati. And we'll do Kapalabhati with the right leg straight and the left leg comes into half knee pile. So coming into a hip stretch, hip opener, and a hamstring stretch. Both of the feet are vibrantly active for this. Feeling the right heel pressing down into the earth and then away from you. Feeling the pinky edge of your left foot really pressing down into the ground so that your feet, your ankles, your legs start to turn on. And then for Kapalabhati, we'll just do that short, sharp exhale with the belly pulling back towards the spine to warm up and heat up your core. This is a really warming breath. So do somewhere between 50 and 75 rounds of Kapalabhati. We'll start together. Inhale, fill up, feel your lungs touch your heart muscle. And then exhale, begin. Short, sharp exhales. Keep your feet active as you snap the belly back towards your spine. Relax your jaw, bring your skull bones back over your sacrum as your belly continues to fire. Build heat with Kapalabhati. So finishing up to your 50 or your 75, and then bring your fingertips to the ground, walking your hands forward any amount, and lengthening your belly and your ribs and your spine over your thighs rather than hunching your chest and your heart forward. So it's a cobra-like action in the fronts of your shoulders and collarbones, just pulling the spine long and forward. Connect back into your feet, spread through your toes, press down into the ground. With your next inhale, feel the breath begin in your pelvis, washing up through the heat that was created in your belly, expanding your lungs side to side, and then feeling your lungs massage into your heart muscle. They're snuggling together, the lungs and the heart. Feel your shoulder blades slide down the back, releasing any tension or stress that you're carrying in your neck and shoulders. And then on the next inhale, walk your hands back up and see if you can switch the cross of your legs without using your hands. And then of course you can use your hands to snuggle into your half knee pile. Activate your feet again, feeling the stretch in the hips and the back of that left leg. And then begin your second round of Kapalabhati. So between 50 and 75 pumpings, feeling that vigorous snapping back of the belly. Go ahead and begin. And that heat that you're creating and building in your belly and your core. A lot of times when we work the core muscles vigorously, our mouth and our jaw and our teeth want to get involved. So just consciously softening the muscles around your jaw, having space between your teeth. And then again, when you've finished with your pumpings of Kapalabhati on that side, walk the hands forward, leaning the torso forward and just as much lengthening the spine away from the hips. If your palms come all the way to the ground, then bend the elbows, hug the elbows in towards each other, and it's this cobra-like feel in your arms and your fronts of your shoulders, pulling forward. And find out here what feels good for your neck. So maybe it's releasing chin to chest. Maybe that helps release the shoulder blades. Maybe just having your skull reaching out in a straight line from your spine. And then on the next inhale, feel the breath rise through your core as you walk yourself back up to sitting. From here, we're coming into a hip opening move. Bring your right heel into the groin and then have your left foot flat on the floor. The right hand will come down by your right hip, and your left sit bone, depending on the length of your legs and everything, probably is not touching the ground anymore. From here, lean over to the right, grab onto your left thigh with your left hand, take an inhale, arcing the ribs to the right, away from the left thigh. And then on exhale, straighten the left arm, press the left thigh bone away from the left hip. Arms go in the opposite direction. So just feeling for how much traction and space can you get between your left thigh and the left side of your ribs. Next, inhale, breath washes through pelvis, belly, low back, ribs, filling your lungs completely and feeling your lungs massage into your heart. They give each other that biofeedback. Exhale, let your head and your neck relax over. They can just lean onto the right shoulder. From here, keep the left arm straight, keep pressing and turn the left shoulder towards the right knee. Turning your chest and your belly to face the floor on your right. Tractioning left thigh bone away from left hip as you twist and lengthen your spine to the right. Release. And you'll switch sides. So bringing that left heel into the groin and then coming into the half squat with your right foot on the floor. Grab onto your right thigh with your right hand. Take an inhale, lengthening ribs away from the right thigh, and then exhale, straighten your elbow, press your whole hand into your thigh to traction thigh bone away from hips. Let your head lie over onto the left shoulder. Inhale and feel your breath expand into the space that you're creating in the right hip, low back, and both sides of your ribs. Using your breath again, sort of from your core, from your everything in between, like your heart and your belly, to send warmth and heat throughout your body. And from here, you'll turn your right shoulder to face the left knee. Check in with your head, your neck, and your jaw. Release that. Coming into foot stretch. So I find myself doing foot stretch in almost every yoga practice in the winter. I think it's because my feet and my toes are often cold, and because I'm in ski boots or skates or just different footwear, you know? So for foot stretch, have your inner heels pressing into each other, your inner ankles. And then I love to reach back with my fingers and kind of spread my toes wide. And if this is super intense for you, you can keep your hands on the ground. If you can up the intensity a little bit, good modification, Christine, you can walk your hands up your thighs. And Christine, while we're here for a few minutes, anything that you do for your ankle, foot and ankle like work is fine. So I don't know if you do circles or any of your other strengthening moves for those injuries that you're working with. or just sit cross-legged. If your hands are off the ground, we'll start to warm up the shoulders as well with pranic back. For pranic back, spread the palms wide, bring the pinkies together in front of you. Inhale, reach your fingertips skyward, and then once your fingers can't go any higher, start to reach back behind you. And once you can't go any farther back behind you, you'll roll onto the backs of your hands through your wrist joints, and then sweep your hands wide and back, reaching back. And then reverse that motion. So reach the fingers back, sweep your arms wide. You have to engage your core so that your rib cage does not thrust way out here. Bring the backs of the wrists together, roll through, and then come back down. Whew. Bring your hands to the ground, and then you can kind of, as long as you're not on a super hard floor, kick your feet out a little bit. I don't know why that feels so good to pound your feet on the floor after you do that, but it does. And then from here, we'll go into calf smashing. So for calf smashing, come to hands and knees. Christine, do you do hands and knees? And you can do this one? Okay, because otherwise you can do the calf stretch just like on a blocker up the wall. And you'll take your right shin bone and jam it into the back of your left knee. From here, sit back as much as you can. So you're squeezing onto your shin bone between the left thigh and the left calf. And then start to rock your hips side to side. So the shin bone is massaging from left to right across the back of your calf. Going across the muscle fibers. And then from here, you'll take your shin bone another few inches back down the calf. Sit back and then keep rocking side to side. And then bring your shin bone down to like Achilles tendon area. And you gotta rock that side to side. Notice again if your teeth are clenching with the intensity of feeling here. Relax your jaw, relax your face. And then switch sides. Right shin is on the ground. You'll bring your left shin into the back of your right knee and then sit back on it. Sandwiching the shin bone between your thigh and your calf, and then rock the hips back and forth. And again, the farther back you bring the hips, the deeper the pressure is going to be as you massage out your calf there. And then go ahead and slide your left shin down the back of the right calf to a new spot. Sit down on it and rock the hips side to side. And then one more spot down towards your heel and your Achilles area. And go side to side. And release. We'll lay back for abdominals. Pad your bones with a blanket. If you're on a hard floor, since we're doing this practice at home, clasp your hands in your non-habitual way behind your head and your neck. Pick feet up off the floor. Bring your knees above your hips and then have your feet just below the knees. Elbows and upper arms pressed towards each other, wrapping the shoulder blades. Inhale and lift your head, chest, and shoulders up off the floor. Press low back down. Hold the breath. Curl tailbone up Exhale, reach both elbows towards your left thigh. Right leg reaches straight out at 45 degrees and pull low belly down. Inhale, come back to center. Keep the shoulder blades up off the floor. Press your low back down. Hold your breath. Curl tailbone up. And then exhale, reach both elbows towards your right thigh. Straighten the left leg. Feel your belly pull down towards your spine. Inhale, come back to center. Breathing into your belly like you're feeding the heat that's being created. Press low back down. Hold breath. Curl tailbone up. Exhale, reach both elbows to the left thigh. Straighten the right leg. Bring your right hand to the inside of your left knee and then press hand into knee, knee into hand, and pull low belly down. Find out if that leverage with the hand and the knee helps you get off the shoulder blades a bit more. Inhale, back to center. Hold breath, curl tailbone up. Exhale, both elbows to the right thigh. Bring the left hand to the inside of your right knee and press, isometrically squeezing your hand into your knee into your hand. Pull low belly down. Lift your right shoulder blade off the floor. Inhale, back to center. Fill your belly and your low back with your breath. Spread through your toes. Hold the breath, curl tailbone up. Exhale, reach both elbows towards your left thigh. Bring the right hand to the inside of the knee and press. Feel the inner legs and the outer hip engage to press into your hand as your hand presses back into your leg. Inhale, back to center. Keep going, hold the breath. Curl tailbone up. And then exhale, reach elbows towards thigh. Press hand into knee, knee into hand. Feel the press help you leverage the right shoulder blade off the ground just a little bit more. Inhale, back to center. One more each side on your own. So you can kind of talk yourself through it. How you treat yourself in abdominals is going to be a mirror of like just how you treat yourself in your life. So check in with that. Lay the head down. Set the feet down. Setting up for frog, lifting through. Stay on your back. You can switch the clasp of your hands. Pick feet up off the floor. Knees are bent at 90 degrees. Take an inhale here. On exhale, straddle the knees apart from each other. The heels reach straight out from the knees and toes spread wide. From here, inhale, reach your elbows skyward, shoulder blades come off the floor. Exhale, curl pubic bone towards your belly button. Send your thighs away from hips and pull the low belly down. Inhale, release your pelvis, head and shoulders stay lifting. Hold breath. Exhale, send your thighs away, curl pubic bone towards your belly button and pull the low belly down. Are vibrantly active here. Inhale, release your belly, wrap your shoulder blades and reach your arm bones skyward. Feel the shoulder blades lift off the floor even more. Exhale, curl pubic bone towards the belly and pull low belly down. Inhale, feed your breath into your belly and into your back. Like you're feeding more fuel to a fire. And then exhale, curl pubic bone again towards the belly. Press low back down, reach elbows skyward and send thighs away from hips. Inhale, release the pelvis, reach the arms and elbows even higher. And then last one here, exhale, curl pubic bone towards the belly and pull the low belly muscle down. Listen carefully to come out of this one. Set the head down. Bring your hands to the outsides of your thighs and use your hands to help bring the legs back together and set your feet down. Coming into half Baddha Konasana bridge. This might be new, and since you're on your back, you don't get to crank your neck and look at me. So practicing your auditory listening skills here. Your upper arm bones will be on the floor, elbows bent at 90, and the fingertips point straight up to the ceiling. Walk your heels towards your sit bones for bridge. Inhale up into collarbones, and then from here, before you lift your pelvis up, heel toe your right foot over to the left until your right foot and your left foot are touching. And then let the right leg splay open to the right in Baddha Konasana. Press your upper arm bones into the ground. Chest lifts towards face. On your next exhale, press into your flat left foot on the ground and the pinky toe side of the right foot that's on the ground, and lift your hips up off the floor. So half Baddha Konasana bridge. Feeling a lot of muscle engagement in the backs of your legs, and then especially on that right outer hip. If you want to up level this pose, your next option is to take your arms all the way off the floor and reach the arms skyward. If you have farther to go from here, press down strongly into the pinky side of the right foot. Pick the left foot off the floor and reach your left leg skyward. So you're in half Baddha Konasana on the right only. It is a tremendous amount of energy and work in your right outer hip. Inhale and feel your lungs press into your heart, spreading the warmth and the heat through your body. Go ahead and bring the left foot down if it's in the air. Bring your elbows and your upper arms back to the ground. And then go ahead and lower your spine back to the ground. Setting up for the second side. So you'll bring your feet into bridge, into the setup for bridge. And then heel toe your left foot over to meet the right. Be on the pinky edge of the left foot. From here, inhale up into chest, lungs, and heart. Exhale, press the right foot down, left edge of foot down, and lift your hips up off the ground. Stay there. If you have farther to go, you want to up level, you can reach your arms skyward. Really let the left knee splay out to the left as far as it can. That's it, Lizzie. And then from here, if you want to up level even more, you'll pick the right foot up off the floor and reach it towards the sky. So pressing that pinky edge of the left foot down strongly. Next inhale, feel your breath wash through belly, ribs, lungs, and heart. And then go ahead and gently release your spine all the way down. Roll over and find your way to hands and knees. I didn't realize how intense this is going to be on the outer hips when I put these two poses together. The next sequence is called fire hydrant sweeps, which is also outer hip and back of the legs work, as well as shoulder warm-up. Bring your right forearm to the ground like you were setting up for a dolphin. You'll have the right elbow underneath your right shoulder. Left palm is flat on the floor in line with your right elbow. And then hug the left elbow in towards your midline. From here, inhale and hike your left knee up and towards your left ear. And then exhale, kick back into a donkey kick with the left leg, reaching the left heel towards the ceiling. Inhale, come up into fire hydrant. You probably feel why this pose is called fire hydrant. And then exhale, kick back into donkey. And keep going with that rhythm. So inhaling into your fire hydrant and then exhaling into your donkey. I'm doing a few more rounds on this side. For those of you who are really working on hip strength, when you come into fire hydrant, you have the option of straightening the leg and then sweeping back into donkey. And if you do this sequence at home and want to heat it up even more, let's try this together. Come into fire hydrant and then hold, and then pulse the leg in the fire hydrant position towards the ceiling. And you can do this bent or straight. 9, 10, and then pulse in your donkey kick for a count of 10. So knee is bent, the back of the thigh reaches towards the ceiling, the left heel reaches towards the ceiling. Wrap your shoulder blades, press your right forearm and left palm strongly into the ground. Woo, and release. One more side. Bring your left forearm down, right palm in line with the left elbow. Hug, take a look at your right elbow because it really tends to wing out here, and hug that right elbow in towards the midline of your body. From there, inhale, sweep the leg up into fire hydrant, and then, and then exhale and kick back into donkey. And keep going with your own speed, own rhythm. Foot is, that's in the air, is flexed and active. Jenny, just for curiosity, take your head out of it. It might feel really good to mobilize your spine, but it might be something that's just happening from habit. I can't tell. And if you want to kick it up a notch, you can straighten that leg. And then when you feel like you're about even on both sides, go ahead and pulse for 10 in fire hydrant. And then pulse for 10 in that donkey kick. When you're finished, bring both forearms to the floor for dolphin. Grab onto the meaty part of your biceps, in between your shoulder and your elbow, to get your arm position. From here, it's your choice. You can clasp hands or bring your hands flat on the floor. Relax your head and neck, and on your next inhale, feel your breath move up the back body, pelvis, ribs, upper back, and then lungs from the back, pressing into the heart. Exhale, wrap your shoulder blades towards your armpits, press the forearms strongly into the floor, tuck toes, and come into dolphin. Heels reach towards the ground. Knees can bend any amount. Take this opportunity here while you're inverted to really work your breath. Work that massage of your lungs into your heart and your heart back into your lungs. And I mean this very, very physically, not metaphorically, or maybe both. Dolphin with one leg up. You're welcome to stay in dolphin. If you want to bring a little bit more weight bearing into your arms, step the left foot into the midline And then reach your right leg back behind you and up into the air. Keep wrapping the shoulder blades, pressing forearms downward. Reach your hips away from your head, hoisting the pelvis with your leg up and back. And then find your breath again, feeding your breath energy towards your upper back and shoulders, supporting and sustaining the work of your arms with your breath. Release the right foot down, second side. Right foot comes to the midline, reach your left leg back and up. And then feel and use your breath here to pull the heat from your upper back and arms and shoulders all the way out to your toes in your left leg. On an exhale, release the left leg down. Stay in dolphin for another full breath. And then release the knees to the ground. Grab a quick drink and come up to the front of your mat for suns. I gotta readjust this. So much. As you stand at the front of your mat in Tadasana, just feeling the warmth, the heat spreading through your body. And I feel like we get to use our suns to just keep kind of flushing the fluid, the freshly oxygenated blood, and the warmth and the energy that's being created through our system. Inhale, reach your fingertips skyward. Feel the lungs envelop all around your heart, like it's giving your heart muscle a hug. Exhale, bend forward, belly and ribs come to thighs. Inhale, step the left foot back for lunge. You can keep your hands on the ground for this first one. Bring the hands to thighs or reach the fingers skyward. Exhale, hands to either side of the front foot, step back for plank. Release the knees down to the ground for this first plank. Feel those upper arm bones hug in and then lower all the way down to the belly. Walk your hands forward of your shoulders for low cobra. Inhale, drag the ribs forward towards the fingertips, press tops of the feet and pubic bone into the floor. Exhale, keep dragging forward as you lower all the way down. Hands come underneath the shoulders, press back into downward dog. From downward dog, step your left foot up in between your hands for lunge. Hands stay down, come to knees, or reach skyward. Exhale, step the right foot forward to meet the left, forward bend, and then inhale, come on up. Exhale, hands together. Feel your thumb bones come to your sternum, and then inhale and feel your breath rise from your pelvis, through your belly, through your waist and your ribs, and up into where your thumbs are, that heart and lung area. Exhale, reach tailbone down, pull low belly in. Inhale. We'll keep going with the suns, reach skyward, and then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step your right foot back, lunge. Side. Lift the thigh bones and the belly up. Hug arm bones in. Exhale, lower down for chaturanga. Walk your hands forward, low cobra. Inhale, come up. And then exhale, keep dragging the ribs forward as you lay back down. Hands underneath shoulders, press back to downward dog. In downward dog, feel your breath course all the way through legs, pelvis, ribs, shoulders, arms and fingers. And then inhale, step the right foot forward, lunge. In lunge, feel your breath rise up again to circle around your heart and your lungs as you lift. And then exhale, hands to either side of your front foot, forward bend. Inhale, come up to stand. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, breath presses up into your hands in the front of your chest. And then do one more round of sums on your own. And connecting back to your intention for the practice, to feel your breath in your chest, to feel your breath touching your heart. Everybody's going at different speeds, so when you're done with your round, just stand in Tadasana, feeling the earthing, grounding energy of mountain pose. Feeling whatever amount of warmth is being generated from your practice, and just using your breath to spread the heat, to spread the warmth and the light, that sparkling energy of warmth through your body. All right, from here we'll come into standing pigeon. And if you haven't done this one in a while, you can just have a here. So one leg is down. You'll grab your foot and ankle with both hands, and then bring the foot as high as it comes and as close into your chest as you can get your foot. All right, so we'll come into this together. This is pigeon pose on your standing. Ground down through the left foot and come onto the toes of the right foot. And before we even go any farther, just feel the muscles and the support of your feet, your arches, your ankles, shins, all engaged. It feels like your shin, like calf and shin muscles hug onto the bones of your lower leg. And that knee, make sure it's bent a bit, not jamming straight. From here, foot comes off the floor, grab onto the foot and the ankle with both hands. And your foot might only come up like as high as your belly button, depending on your body today. Your foot might come up to be in line with your sternum and collarbones. And then wherever you are with your foot, start to pull the foot in towards the torso as you lift and lengthen spine away from hips. Standing pigeon. Next, inhale, feed your breath. Feeling your breath swell the lungs and the heart. And release and switch sides. Grounding down through the right foot. Just come onto the ball of the toe of your left foot as you set up your feet, your toes, your ankles, your shins, your knee, your quads, your hamstrings. From here, lift the foot, grab on with both hands, and then pulling your foot in towards your torso. Have that foot at any height. Come back to the focus on your breath, lengthening out and steadying your breath. And find out what effect that has on your balance. And then go ahead and release your foot back down. B series. Stand at the front of your mat. Inhale, reach your arms up, and exhale, sit back into chair. Bend your knees deeply. Reach the tailbone towards the ground behind you, and then feel both sides of your waist lengthen away from hips. Exhale, lay the ribs to the thighs, forward bend. Inhale, come up to your fingertips, bend the knees any amount to lengthen and open the front of the chest and shoulders. And then exhale, you can jump or step back into plank. And just come all the way down for cobra or low cobra. Exhale, keep dragging the ribs forward, traction in your spine as you lay down. Hands underneath shoulders. Wrap the shoulder blades as you press back into downward dog. Inhale. Step left foot forward for warrior one or high lunge. So you can either have your right foot on the ground or back toes tucked under. And then we'll come into eagle arms, crossing left elbow over right, maybe wrapping forearms, maybe wrists. Rebend your left knee deeply. Press the elbows away from your heart. Inhale and feel for whether or not you can feel your breath expand in your upper back. So spread the shoulder blades and the upper back muscles with your breath. Release your eagle, easy twisting warrior. Set the right hand down to the inside of the left foot and then reach left fingertips skyward. Let your head relax, release, and let go. Feel your next inhale. Press your belly into your left thigh. And then rise all the way up to your lungs and your heart. Hands to either side of your front foot. From here, turn your toes to face forward for straddle forward bend. So walk the hands to the inside of both legs. And then we'll come into flank stretch. Right hand grabs onto left foot. The left hand can grab on top of the right hand or come to the outside of the foot. And then arc your ribs to the right. Let the head hang, relax and release. Come on out of flank stretch. Turn the left toes to point forward, hands to either side of your front foot and step back for plank. Lowering all the way down. Cobra or upward dog. And then downward facing dog. Warrior one, step the right foot forward. Hands come up. And then crossing right elbow over left for eagle. deep bend in the front knee. Reach the tailbone towards your back heel. From there, lift and lengthen the ribs and the spine away from the pelvis. Exhale, press elbows away from your heart and feel for how much space that creates for you to breathe into your upper back, the back of your lungs and the back of your heart. Easy twisting warrior. Left hand comes to the inside of the right foot. Reach the right fingertips skyward. Let your head relax. Release and let go. An easy twisting warrior, lay yourself back to open your chest, collarbones, front of your heart. Exhale, bring the hands down, and then walk hands in between the legs for straddle forward bend. Grab onto the right ankle with both hands for flank stretch, arcing ribs to the left. Feel how much space you have to breathe into the left side of your ribs. Each inhale, stretching the intercostal between your head, your neck, relax, release, and let go. Release your flank stretch. Walk hands back to either side of the right foot and step back into plank. Lower down through chaturanga, up dog or cobra, downward dog. From here, inhale, look up between your fingers, jump or step the feet forward. Forward bend. Inhale, spread the collarbones in the front of the chest open. Exhale, sit back for chair. Inhale, reach the arms and the fingertips skyward in your chair pose. And then exhale, hands come together in front of your sternum. Tree pose. Last balance here. We'll start with the left foot anchoring down. The right foot comes up. You can grab onto it with your hands, set it onto your calf or above the left knee. In tree, feel for pressing the thigh into the foot and the foot into the thigh. And then from there, press the knee back behind you to shorten the muscles of the outer hip and really engage and get a stretch and opening in your inner thigh. And do whatever feels like fun and brightening and adventurous with your hands so they can come together at your sternum. You can reach your tree branches up towards the sky, welcoming this wonderful first snowstorm of the year that's falling upon us. And your tree branches could even dance and twist. And then switch sides. Left foot and ankle, come on. Keep your breath going. So feeling for your breath really steady and supporting the balancing work of this pose. And letting your arms move in any angle or direction as you play in your tree. And release slowly. Come onto your back. Have your knees bent with your feet flat on the floor. Cross the right ankle over the left thigh. And then hug the legs in towards your chest. So the left foot comes up off the floor. Reach through the legs and grab onto the back of the left thigh. If you got farther to go to stretch that hamstring, go ahead and straighten your left leg. And then maybe grab onto the back of your left leg or your foot with your hands and using the arms to pull your legs and your hips in towards you. Rebend that knee, set the left foot down and switch sides. Right foot flat on the floor, left ankle across the right knee. Hug the legs in towards the chest, and then you can reach back and grab the back of thigh, or grab onto the back of your calf, heel, or foot. From here, keep your legs up. Slide your left foot over to the right and your right foot over to the left. So you're in knee pile, grabbing on with your hands to the outside edges of your feet and using your hands and your arms to pull your knees and legs in towards your chest. Take a huge breath here and feel like your entire back body press into the earth with your inhale. And on exhale, pull the legs in towards you. And then switch sides. Bring the other knee on top. Grab for the outside edges of the feet. Pull legs in towards you. As you exhale and pull the legs in, you can feel your thighs massage into your diaphragm and belly. And then inhale and feel your back body press into the floor. Release that. Bring the feet back down. And then go ahead and just let the knees fall all the way over to the left, like windshield wipers. And then all the way over to the right. Keep windshield wipering your legs side to side. Gently twisting and rotating your pelvis and your spine. And then any other final back unwinds before Shavasana. Go ahead and do those now. And then lay yourself back. As you take your first few breaths here coming into Shavasana. Let this be a moment to come back full circle and feel back to your intention. Reconnect with your intention from the beginning of your practice. Feeling as you release your body into the earth. Any amount of warmth or heat, brightening inside that your practice has created. And if it's helpful, you can breathe in Shavasana so that you feel your lungs engulfing your heart muscle, back and sides, lifting the heart skyward like a pillow. And on exhale, maybe feeling that pulse of your heartbeat. Go ahead and gently bring your awareness back to your breathing. And then bringing your awareness back into your physical body by feeling all the parts of you right now that are touching the ground. Heels, backs of the legs, spine, back of the heart, shoulders and head. It's feeling that generous, reliable ground support. And go ahead and gently rebend your knees one at a time. The breath stays steady. Roll yourself over to one side. And use your hands to press yourself back to sitting. Bring your palms together. Feel